If you didn't get any offers at drama school this year, but you're looking to re-audition again, then you might be asking yourself, should I audition at the same schools again? And if the answer is yes, then great. Apply to the same schools and enjoy the process. But if you aren't sure what to do, but you know for sure that doing the same thing again and hoping for a different outcome is out of the question, then this video is for you. We're going to go through a few things for you to consider when you're curating your school choices for the 2027 cycle. And if you're new to the channel, hey, I'm Louise. I am an audition coach. I help actors who are looking to train get offers at some of the top schools in the UK, the US, and Australia. So if you are looking for coaching, or if you are simply looking for where to begin in this process, then you can check out my coaching platform, Act Cool, in the description box below. We're also running a series of live workshops throughout July and a little bit of August to get you prepped ahead of time, even before the applications are open. So you can check those out too. Okay, let's get into it. From what I can see, there is not a set amount of schools that actors audition for. Some actors just audition for that one school that they absolutely love. And others just toss the net wide, hoping that by applying and auditioning at a number of schools, then it ups their chances of getting accepted somewhere. But the average is often between 4 and 8 schools. Now, in the past, you could have been one of those actors that auditioned at lots of schools. Something like 12, 13, or even 14 different schools. You crazy thing. And this could be schools in the UK or overseas. Or you could be one of those actors that just focused in, applying and auditioning at just 1, 2, maybe 3 schools. And there is no right or wrong way of doing this. It is all about doing what works for you. But you might be looking back at the previous season and thinking, do you know what? I think I need to make some changes here. Maybe change up the school roster altogether, maybe just subtract a couple, maybe add a couple. Or maybe you're looking to change up the countries that you're auditioning for, or even the course types. And right now, in the month of July, that is like the perfect time to be putting your mind to these kinds of things. Early prep and a conscious strategy is the thing that is going to stop you getting stressed and overwhelmed later down the line. So I want you to consider quantity, because quantity of school choice can play a huge part in how your audition season pans out. Keeping your school choices small. If you know that you would only be truly happy getting accepted and getting offers at 3 schools, then it totally makes sense to just apply an audition at those 3 schools. Because there's no point wasting your time on schools that you wouldn't be over the moon getting offers from. However, the odds are not in your favor. After all, there are only a handful of spaces to give out for any one course. So by only throwing your hat in 3 rings, it lessens your chances of getting a place overall. It's a numbers game. And if drama school training is a path that you definitely want to go down, then adding a couple more schools to your already existing roster might be a good direction to take. Making your school choices large. On the flip side though, if you spent your last audition season chasing your tail, submitting loads of self-tapes, and then splitting your time attending 9 or 10 recall auditions or final round auditions, then you might feel stretched too thin. Auditioning at several schools can be a really good thing. It's exposure. It gets you desensitized to audition nerves, and you really learn the process and the expectations and the requirements of that particular school for their auditions. So this approach could be amazing, especially if it is your first time applying and you just don't know what the process is yet. And it ups your chances for acceptance. Maybe it didn't work out this year, but by applying to more schools, you've given yourself more of a spread of probability than somebody who is only applying to 3. However, being spread too thin is definitely not a good thing, and it is definitely not a sustainable thing. It makes it harder to be effective, to be detailed, and to be in command of what you're doing on the audition day. Different schools have different requirements for speeches, they have different deadlines, they have different expectations, they have different processes for what they're going to ask you to do on the day. And all of those different expectations, if you're trying to do 9 or 10 of those in a row, then that is going to be really tricky for anybody to handle. So if you're in that camp, maybe this year you're looking at slimming your choices down slightly. And this is just for the sake of your own sanity and your own organization, your own creative intentions. Less can indeed be more. You might have also come out of this audition season having auditioned at certain schools thinking in advance that you're absolutely going to love them, And it turns out that you really don't. The vibes were off. You didn't like the atmosphere. You didn't like what the panel were asking you to do. The students didn't seem happy. You didn't really like the facilities. It felt really disorganized on the day. And all of this is crucial information for you. And as we've spoken about in many videos before, you do not have to accept an offer just because it was offered. And same goes for re-auditioning. If you didn't enjoy the audition experience first time round, then there is no point in re-auditioning, because the audition is kind of a representation of what that experience is going to be for 3 years worth of training. It is very, very simple. So if you felt the vibes were off in the audition, chances are the vibes are going to be off for the next 3 years. This is your audition season. This is your training. And even if other people absolutely loved the experience of auditioning there, if the school has an amazing reputation, if you weren't feeling it, then you don't have to go again. Also, we couldn't talk about curating your school choices without thinking about the financial implications of auditioning at multiple schools. Sadly, there are still audition fees for the majority of schools that you need to audition for. And even the ones that do hold free auditions, at recall stages, they're going to expect you to attend auditions in person, which could mean an expensive bus or train ticket. It could mean an overnight stay in a hotel. It could even mean an international flight. And that's even before we take into account that you're going to have to take 1, 2, maybe even 3 days off work, along with the fact that you're going to have to be purchasing play texts in order to find material to use in your auditions. All of this adds up. So thinking about what is and is not within your budget is a really crucial thing to do at this stage. Now, if you are finding that the financial side is a huge bar to entry, then I highly encourage you to do the research on each of the websites of the schools that you are considering, because most schools are going to offer audition fee waivers, meaning if there is a fee, you don't have to pay it. Some schools even offer travel expenses to help you out if they are expecting you to attend in-person auditions. Also, see if you can avoid extensive travel to attend in-person auditions and opt instead for live digital auditions. So overall, what I'm saying is that you need to think about this whole thing strategically, as well as what speaks to you emotionally, because this is the first stage in an audition process, choosing the schools that you want to apply to. And it's not enough to just kind of throw the net wide and audition at everywhere without considering whether you even like the school. And there's no point in narrowing it so far down that you're only auditioning at one school and then getting really upset because you didn't get accepted, even though the chances of you getting accepted to that one school were incredibly low to begin with. All about finding some level of balance. And balance looks different for different people. But what I don't want you to do is to go into this process without thinking about it in advance. So start thinking about the time that you can realistically spend auditioning through the season, preparing, applying, self-taping, doing recalls. And this is all whilst you're trying to keep the rest of your life afloat. The cost of it all and what you can realistically budget for, and the schools that feel right to you. Not applying to the schools that you wouldn't enjoy attending if you were offered a place there, but not being so restricted that you lower the chances of being accepted across the board. Basically, give this some serious thought and do your research. And it may seem like some of it is obvious, but you won't really know until you sit down and really crunch the numbers and look at it on the page and think strategically about the whole thing. You need to have an honest conversation with yourself about what is doable, along with what feels right. Because if I know anything about audition success for drama schools, is that preparation is key. It's not just about finding a speech and learning it and performing it. It's all of the stuff that happens beforehand. That's the stuff that's going to set you up for success, because it is going to affect your mindset in a positive way. And it's your education, it's your future, so it is important decisions to make. I really hope that this video was helpful. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and make sure that you check out the Act Cool training platform for tools and resources and training videos and a community of like-minded actors who are all doing the same thing you are. They're all going through the same audition process with you. And I really hope to see you there. But until next time,